Hello, hello, hello. Sarah V. Whoops. Sarah V here. Just kicked my stand. This is your official weekly video newsletter. And the reason why I do this is I feel, as a healer, I am all about connection. And, I used to write my emails, but I feel like this is more me, this is more my energy of being able to connect with people, even though it's virtually. It just gives you a better idea of, who I am, what I'm all about. And I just love to be able to connect with those of you who actually open the emails. You know who you are. But a couple things before I wanted something that I wanted to share with you. A couple things is my retreat page is almost live on my website. I am so excited about this because this was something that, always was in the back of my mind. I kind of did it, but I didn't really officially do it. I didn't put it on my website. I didn't put pictures and the explanation of, what is going to be available until now. And, this has really been, a work of love because it is something that I am so, so, so passionate about. And, creating a beautiful, not just about healing and transformative work, but it really is all about enhancing all of our senses, because I create beauty with, flowers and, all the decor is all beautifully arranged. I have a new chakra chef, and it's actually a male. And he has been creating just amazing. He's done two of my, small little intimate retreats. I actually had one over the weekend. And it was amazing. And I kind of forgot that this particular no matter what woman was vegan. And so right at the last minute, he created, without any recipes, he created this amazing food, just from, what I had. I mean, obviously we went shopping for that, or I went shopping for that. But he created, and they were phenomenal. They were stuffed and roasted portobello mushrooms that had lentils and roasted vegetables in it, and they were amazing. And so he has been, helping me create these small intimate retreats. He is a 5-star chef, and he is living his passion when he cooks. As I feel like I am, this is my passion. And when we are elevated in a very high frequency of our creativity and passion, that is our sacral, that is, how we heal our sacral. We are really coming from a place of such high energy. So this, I know that he is, I know that I am, and together we create these amazing little intimate retreats. I had, the specialized retreats, you can kind of, choose whatever you want on the menu. I had a couple come in couple weeks ago, and they were a full day. They were the whole enchilada, if you will. And from healing work, child inner healing, transformation. They had a massage. They had all their meals made. They had 2 meals. So it was a phenomenal day, as well as the person who came in on Saturday. She chose Reiki Healing, her energetic evaluation to see where she might be stuck in her chakras. I have a lot of traditions and rituals that I do where I have people that come in writing down what it is that they'd like to let go on a piece of dissolvable paper. And then we actually do this releasing ceremony. And then we put the water where they have released whatever it is that they wanted to release into Mother Earth. We light an intention candle. So there's a lot of rituals. I'm very, very much into rituals. That's, I suppose, my training as a healer when I was out in California. So anyway, so the retreat page is almost done, and I will be announcing my next retreat, the location, but it is going to be the first weekend in November. And I will be announcing the location as soon as my retreat website page is live. So that's that. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is my healing circle. As you know, it's kind of like my little baby. And every week, if you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, every Sunday morning, every week, Sunday morning, it's for free. It's 9 a.m. And I have a Zoom link. If you're on my email, you automatically get the Zoom link as a reminder on a Friday and on Sunday morning. So this healing circle just really is turning into this beautiful space of support, of healing. I take my No Matter What Women through meditations. We talk about energy. And last week, I always prepare something to talk about, some issue, something to do with, my healing that I've done. And last week I had prepared something and we didn't talk about any of it, because what I like to do is kind of be in the moment of what is coming up for the people that participate. And there was this beautiful energy that everybody seemed to want to talk. So that's what we did. And we talked, we held space for one another. I mean, they're all just from different various places, all over the country. So it's just a really beautiful place. If you are going through any healing, if you're in a spiritual awakening, if you are trying to get more connected to who you are, if you want to learn how to quiet your mind, this is a beautiful, beautiful space to come into. So if you can't come and you know somebody else that maybe is going through a really tough time in their life, please forward the Zoom link to them, or just, you can contact me and I can send it to them as well. So that is my healing circle every Sunday morning at 9 o'clock. And I think that's about it for all my little news. But I wanted to talk to you about, we have our Spring Forward going on this weekend. And I always get them confused. I always think we're falling back, but we're actually, springing forward. But it just kind of came to me when I was running this morning. Things always kind of download when I'm in that place of just kind of relaxation, and believe it or not, running is actually relaxing to me. But, and I was thinking, here it is, Spring Forward. And it just reminded me of sometimes how difficult, and I always find springing forward a lot more difficult than falling back, of course, because we lose an hour of sleep. But it kind of, aligns with this whole idea of like, why is it so difficult to spring forward, if you will, into something new? Like in something new that we're trying to experience in our life, whether it's changing a new habit. And that's really what I'm talking about here is, really starting a new habit. How hard is it to try something new, and we always tell ourselves, I'll just do it by myself. I can do this. But what happens is when we try to do it ourselves, we actually fall back into old patternings and the old behavior. It's almost like, I always use this example. It's almost like, wanting to get a new pair of shoes, and the old, shoes that have holes in the bottom, and they're not your, the highest version of shoes that you can wear. They might be a little bit smelly, but they're so comfortable. And now what springing forward is into something new is like putting on a new pair of shoes that just don't feel right. Well, this is what healing is all about. The more you wear them, or the more you experience healing, because remember that healing is spiral. And sometimes, you think, oh, well, I've already healed that part, but then it comes up again. And the reason for that is some of the healing that we get to do is almost like a petal of a flower. It's very thin, it's kind of easy to heal. And then you have parts of yourself that are almost like, this deep rooted dandelion that has all these like roots to it that you pick one out and it's like, oh my God, and there's more. Well, that's exactly what healing is. And, I go through the same idea, the same experience, because sometimes I'm like, with all the spiritual healing and emotional healing that I've done in this new transformative state of who I am now, I kind of think to myself, oh my God, haven't I already dealt with that? And then it comes up again. But every time, I've just had an energetic release this week, and it was very similar to something that I had thought I had already healed. So this is what happens. And, when we, are committed to our healing, we never know how long it's going to take. And in my circle, someone asked, well, how long does it take? And it really, we all kind of laughed and agreed that it's a lifelong process. But what happens every time you get deeper and deeper into a layer, on the other side of it is just this magnificence. It's the most magnificent place that you can experience. It is full of happiness and joy and excitement and high energy, and it's just this place of exploration. But sometimes, the springing forward into it causes a lot of fear. So, if you're at this place where you think you can do it alone, please come into the healing circle and we'll talk about it. Because we really cannot do this work alone. We can't do it. We think we can. We think we don't want to be vulnerable or express that there's anything wrong with us. But believe me, if you just allow yourself to be vulnerable and start talking about some of the things, maybe you feel stuck, maybe you feel anxiety and stress. When you talk about it, when you have support, what happens to that energy? It actually loses its grip, and it loses I would say, just the grip over you. It just loses its power. That's what I was trying to say. So I hope you come in and, heal with us. I just kind of want to celebrate a little bit, because I'm just about to send my last chapter of my new book, which is called I Wish I'd Known. And I just, I kind of get emotional about it, because it's taking me about 8 months, but I've been really committed and I've had support. And I'm about ready to release it to a new publishing company. And I'm so excited. I can't wait for, if any of you want to read it. I hope all of you do. But it's going to be coming out. It takes about 4 months to get, from start to finish. So I'm hoping, I'd love to have it all ready, for sale by my birthday in August. It'll be my 59th birthday. So it might be finished before that, but anyway, that's kind of my goal. So I hope you will, I hope you'll buy it when it comes out, because it's just a really beautiful story. I'm so proud of it, that it is a story about the reason why I have been passionate about healing myself first, then about helping others to heal. It has just, I really am. And I never used to be able to say this, but I'm really, really proud of myself for being completely vulnerable. There are so many stories in it that I have never told anybody. So there's that. There are there's tools and tips that I give and I offer. And it is really my whole story of my transformation. So no, it is not a memoir. It is really actually a healing book in teaching you how to heal, and all the methods and tools that I've used along my journey. So I Wish I'd Known is coming out in hopefully by the summer. All right. So in the meantime, I hope you will join on my healing circle Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night.